1. We are live. What is going on, everyone? Thank you all so very much for being here. Anyone that's coming in at this time, trickling in, thanks so much for taking time out of your day. Anybody that's watching this on the replay, thanks so much. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel. We are steadily growing. I love it.
Yes.
Yes, so road to 3K here on this channel. I just hit 6K on As It Stands Lakers. That was nice. So let's hit 3K here, and then, of course, on the road for 10K with this channel. What's going on, Jake? Feeling better?
Yeah. I made it through it. Made it through. It was a rough couple days. Actually, really rough, like 3 or 4 days. But I'm here, so
Well,
I'm back.
welcome back. Welcome
And I
back.
apologize, guys, for the raspiness. Just try to.
You're a survivor. It's fine. But we're here. We're doing it. We're back. We're excited. Had a rough game yesterday. I think that's a good
Yes,
place to
we
start.
did.
So Anthony Davis continued that monstrous performance, historic stat line, first player ever with his stat line. He had like 37, 21, 2 assists, 5 steals, five blocks. Just again, monstrous game. Kind of a bummer that we basically wasted that with a loss, but
Yeah.
nonetheless, it's a good sign. Before we transition into what I want to talk about, what were your thoughts? Did you get to catch the game? I know you weren't feeling well, but were you able
Yeah.
to catch the
No,
game or at least the
I did
highlights?
not. I did not, but I did catch the highlights. I thought it was yeah, like I said, I agree with you first and foremost on that. It was like I don't want to say a wasted game, but like for him to play that good and for us to still lose, and we only lost by 10. You know what I mean? It was hard to see. Um, but no, I like the production from the main people we get production from. Austin Reeves was definitely stepping up. Like I can't speak enough about that kid. But I know you noticed. We got 0 points from Dennis Schroeder. He played 20 minutes. That caught my eye when I was glancing at the stat sheet, and I was like, "Wait, what?"
Yeah,
Like, I don't think he had a single stat actually, which is crazy. You know what I mean? But no, AD was just yeah, AD was being AD. AD was killing everything he saw, and it's just I don't know. I really enjoy it. I think AD has actually unlocked a new he's like it's not that he's necessarily back to playing how he used to play, but he just found this new aggressive play style to where if he's inside the paint, the chances of him scoring are like 90%, and
that's why
you're
that's
not
why I
really
don't
gonna stop him.
that's why I don't think a center makes sense.
Well,
Like
now that he's playing like that, we don't. I don't know that. I don't know that we really need a center now.
why? Yeah. Like why would you want to take AD away from the basket for one? Two, LeBron. Hopefully, when LeBron comes back, he allows AD to continue to be that
Yeah,
Anthony Davis, and he doesn't suppress that. Like
yeah.
we're seeing this dominance level, and that needs to continue. It really does. We need
Do you think
him.
that's why it is though? Do you think that's because like LeBron's not here and he feels like he has to carry the load
I
because
think that that's
he's the most
part of
dominant
it.
scorer on the team right now that we have.
I think that that's part of it. But even if it's solely because of it, like the fact that he is capable of that, and now he knows it, now the team knows it, now LeBron and everyone knows it, that needs to be the focal point.
Yeah,
That needs to be what this team is trying to do. Allow Davis to continue to be that aggressive style player. Allow him to continue to be that dominant paint presence.
yeah,
Don't go a different route. Don't LeBron holding the ball for 20 seconds and then step back fade away. Like we need less of those and more, interior. Allow AD to be a monster until teams figure out how to stop it.
yeah.
It's kind of my thinking. But
I
in
I will say
general,
this though too. I'm sorry, go ahead, go.
no, go finish.
No, I was
Please
just
go
gonna
ahead.
say I think that I like the way that the team looks without LeBron. Like, what are your thoughts on that? Because I just watching the highlights, I was like, this team honestly the passing, the vision, the just the ball's not really sticking yet. I mean, it sticks with AD when it gets in the paint, but I don't really call that sticking. It's more so he's already in the paint, so he's gonna look to score. Like
You
the
get
guy's like
the
what
value.
2, 3 feet away from the basket. Like you know what I mean? Like you have to just let him do what he does at that point. But I don't know. This team looks fairly. I won't say amazing, but they look fairly decent without LeBron. I would have
Yeah,
liked for us to get that Suns game, but the Suns are a tougher opponent this year anyway. So I'm not gonna not look too harshly on that. I think we won the games that we were supposed to win. We beat the Pistons, we beat the Spurs. I think we're gonna beat the Spurs. At first I thought we were only gonna get 2 out of the 3, but seeing the way we beat the Spurs last game, I think that we're actually gonna get all 3 of the Spurs games. That's what I'm hoping.
yeah.
But yeah,
I
I
hope
just
so.
want to.
I
Yeah,
hope so.
I like the way they look without LeBron. What do you like? How about you?
I think so too. I mean, look, we're not better because a lot of people like to point, oh, we're better. We're not better without LeBron James. You know what I mean?
No, no,
Like that.
I wouldn't say that.
We're
No.
we're we're definitely we definitely need LeBron. But what has happened since LeBron's has gone out? This team, a lot of guys have had to step up. Austin Reeves, for example, and not only have a lot of guys had to step up, but it's forced guys to have to play team basketball, share the ball, move the ball, all of those
Yeah,
things. So hopefully, when LeBron comes in, he sees the success we've had playing this brand of basketball, and he comes in and allows that to unfold. At least the majority. Like if LeBron's hot and he's having just like one of those games, sure. Like if LeBron's shooting, just can't miss, then you probably want him taking shots. But
yeah,
if he's playing like how he was in the beginning of the season, like trust your teammates. Hopefully that's what this is. Hopefully LeBron has sat and watched and has seen enough to go, okay, I can trust my teammates here. And now, I'll get into the flow of the team rather than, trying to be the team, if that makes
yeah.
sense. So hopefully that's what ends up happening. We'll see. He's supposed to return Friday for the Spurs game. So if he does, then yeah, that we'll see what kind of LeBron we get. But this should be we should be able to beat the Spurs on Friday. We got a little bit of rest. Hopefully we don't have the Thanksgiving hangover. Ate too much turkey and stuffing, and
Right.
hopefully we
And
go get these 2
at
wins.
LeBron's house, they're gonna be all in with the with
Yeah,
the turkey.
exactly. Well, we need to win. We need to win these next 4 games because we
Yeah.
play the Spurs twice, and then we play who? We play Portland, and we play who's the other team? We play. Why am I blanking on the team? Anyway,
I
we
got you.
we have 4 winnable games coming up,
Yeah.
and we need to win all 4 of those games. Like we just got it because we win those 4 games. Now we're like 9-11.
Wizards.
And
Yeah.
Wizards. Is that okay, Wizards,
Wait.
yeah.
Yeah.
Is it the Wizards?
No.
Yeah.
Bucks. I'm so sorry. Bucks and the Wizards. Yeah.
I don't think it's that team. I know we play the Bucks like the second week or first week of December. We play here. I'll tell you exactly what it is.
Sorry. So we got
Pacers.
Spurs.
That's what
sorry.
it is, Pacers.
There you go.
Yeah, Spurs, Pacers, Trailblazers.
Yeah.
All 4 of
Then
those
the Bucks
games are
there.
winnable games. All 4 of those games we need to win. Then we play the Bucks, then we play the Wizards, then we play the Cavs, then we play the Raptors, the Sixers, and the Pistons. Like we need to
The Bucks
tread
game
water.
is gonna be fun. The Bucks game is gonna be fun. Trailblazers game is gonna be fun. Yeah, we got some fun matchups coming up.
Yeah, so we need to close out. If we can win, if we could beat the Spurs twice, beat the Pacers, beat the Blazers, that's a 4-game win streak. That means we've won 7 out of our last 8, which is solid. Now we're 9-11, so now we're back in like the conversation going into the juggernaut that is December because December is rough.
Yeah.
But I believe we could beat the Wizards. I believe we could beat the Raptors. Sixers, depending on who's playing, I think we could beat the Sixers. The Pistons, I believe we could beat the Pistons. So there's 3-4 out of our.
To the Cavs on the 6th too.
I think we could beat the Cavs, but like,
yeah,
I'm just looking at like teams. So like,
But
out
they
of
got
that,
the
those
Celtics a
first
week later.
Yeah, outside of those first 6 games in December, I think at least 3, if not 4 of them are winnable. And then that would go into the Celtics, which we probably lose to the Celtics, but you never know. But if we could get to 500 or around there, then or like a game shy, then we're in it. You know what I mean?
Hopefully.
Like we're in the thick of it, which is good, and which is where we want to be.
We'll be in a good position for sure.
Yeah, and so As far as like the trade front goes, though, for those that are listening, I will make like a full deep dive video into it. After the stream, I'll get it up tonight. But we got a report from Dave McMinnon that the Lakers are looking for December 15th, after December 15th for a trade. And the reason for that is that's when a lot of players that sign new contracts this year, they all become available. All the guys on the Lakers roster become available. So guys like, Damian Jones, for example, they can include in a deal to match salaries or do whatever. So it makes a lot of sense for December 15th. Again, for those that want the ins and outs and my thoughts, I'll do a deep dive in a little bit. But just sticking to the trade front in general, after seeing the Suns game, I really don't think we need a huge blockbuster trade, at least in the beginning.
Yeah.
What I would like to see is I'd like to see maybe like a smaller deal, maybe go get like a Bojan Bogdanovic or, a Scary Terry or, a Josh Richardson or something like that. Just go get another quality rotation guy. Because after the Suns game, like if we had like one guy step up, we probably win that Suns game. You know what I mean? Because like outside of like the usual suspects of like Russ, AD, Walker, and Raves, nobody else really showed up. Thomas Bryant was great. He had 8 points, but he only played 11 minutes. So, his impact, he wasn't able to have an impact, which I don't really understand why he only played 11 minutes. Him and Winning Gabriel only played like 6 minutes or 7 minutes, something like that. I would have liked to see them ran more, but with a December 15th trade, I would like let's just do a smaller move, get a guy that has some actual like just scoring potential, shooting potential, whatever. A guy that can come in and be an impact, and then evaluate and see where we're at. You know what I mean? Like, so we have between now and December 15th to see what this team can be with LeBron. Everybody healthy. What can we be? And then do a small trade, December 15th, 16th, something like that. And then if we have to, then you still have the big blockbuster with Russell Westbrook come the trade deadline. What are your thoughts? Would you like them to do a big blockbuster trade? Do you think like, no, a minimal trade? Do you think just be patient, maybe wait till the trade deadline? What are your thoughts on that?
Well, if we're looking at, you said the 15th, correct? So if we're looking at the 15th, then it's really going to depend on how we fare against the Bucks, because the Bucks, while they're not having an amazing season, it's still going to be an interesting matchup. So I want to see how we play against the Bucks. That's a key one. The Cavaliers will be interesting. Just looking at the schedule ahead, I mean, we got the Celtics on the 13th. So even looking at the Celtics, I really want to see what we're going to do against that Celtics game, just because they're the best team in the league right now. And if they continue to stay that way, I kind of want to see how we fare against them before I want to see if we make a big trade or not. And LeBron being back, it could go either way, truthfully. I don't think, Schroeder, we just got to wait on Schroeder to see what Schroeder's going to do. Because right now, throughout these last 34 games he's played, it's been so like one way or the other. You know what I mean? He did do really, really well on defense. I'll give him that. I'll give him the defensive end of the floor, but I do agree, and that's why I brought up him. Kind of going back to that last game, if he just would have stepped up and scored 12 points like he had, I think the couple nights before, we would have won that game. You know what I mean? So at this point, it doesn't look like we need to make a huge like you said, a big blockbuster trade. Just a key piece though, but it has to be a true key piece. It can't be like a injury prone here and there. Key piece has to be it almost has to be like almost to the caliber of like a Westbrook, but not that great. Does that make sense? It almost have to be a player that can make an impact on the team as much as that. But I don't.
Somebody that moves the needle slightly.
Yeah, at this point, just like a perfect example, I would trade for another Reeves. As crazy as that sounds, I would get another Reeves on the team just because Reeves has been super consistent.
So that's what Gordon Hayward.
Exactly.
Problem is the injury. Injury is a big problem.
Yeah.
One thing I want to say real quick about Schroeder though, because I have had a lot of people talk to me about Schroeder.
I'm not even trying to attack Schroeder either. I just
no.
We got to give him time. That's all. Yeah.
But he did just come back from finger surgery.
Yeah, and that's why.
And that's something I've been telling people. Thomas Bryant came back from the same surgery, but there's a big
Yeah.
difference between a point guard that is handling the ball, playing defense, dribbling the ball, doing all that stuff, and Thomas Bryant, who's basically just catching lobs and getting elbow passes that are taking little jumpers. Like it's
Yeah.
not the same comparison. So
Yeah.
it's probably going to take Schroeder a little time to kind of get adjusted. And he didn't have a training camp. He didn't have anything like because he was over in Germany and stuff. So I want to give him a fair chance. I want to give him a little, at least an opportunity. Give him a couple give him a handful of games or so, and see where we're at with him. If he, if 6-7 games in, he's still laying goose eggs, then yeah, it's probably a problem. But if,
that's why I was like, I'm not trying to kill him right now, but I'm just like, if we get this for the next like 20 games, then
that's a problem. Absolutely,
it's gonna be a little rough.
So yeah, I mean, in general, we'll see how what the trade front brings. Like I said, I don't think we need a huge blockbuster move. If the right deal's on the table, the right deal's on the table, right? If if you have a blockbuster deal that makes sense, that makes us better, then do that blockbuster deal that makes sense and makes us better. But I just don't want to see them force a trade for the sake of forcing a trade. I want it to be the right kind of trade, and I don't think this team needs a ton. I think you gotta unload Beverly. I know a lot of people really like him, but we're not good enough for a $13 million Jared Dudley. Like if he was making $2 million. If he was on a vet minimum deal, sure, keep him, locker room guy, play solid defense, stuff like that. But he's our most sizable contract next to Russell Westbrook that is tradable. So
and you still on the same on none, right? You still
same
I still feel the same way. I'm like, we got to those two we have to
you have to package those two, move off of them, and just see where you're
because
at.
This point we can't make any more excuses. There is no more like, okay, but like if this and if that. Like I think they've had enough chance to make an impact. You know what I mean? But they just haven't. So like.
No, I agree 100%. But real quick, why is this StreamYard twitching? There we go. Real quick, say hi to the chat real quick before we move on to our next topic. Just when I thought you two couldn't get any dumber, you go and do this and totally redeem yourself. I love it. Dumb and Dumber reference. What's going on, Emily? What is up? How are you? I appreciate you. I hope these are these popping. Okay, they're popping up on the stream properly, but I got lag over here, which is weird. StreamYard's been acting. StreamYard's been acting so weird. As long as it's coming through on the stream properly, which it is, that's all that I care about because I have the stream playing right here. So, but yeah, StreamYard's been acting.
Snorlax?
All weird. What is going on, Snorlax? I appreciate you. Tyler Hoodieless and Jake not representing same college today. What is this World Cup too? The world is changing. It's hot in this house, man.
I represent the USA.
Yeah, USA. Dennis out of here doing cardio. No, but he's solid defensively though. Yeah, like I said, I want to give him a fair chance, fair assessment, fair opportunity. You know what I mean? The Lakers is a Miles Bridges and Buddy Hield or Terry Rozier away from contending. Bridges is clutch client and might request his release from the Hornets to sign with LA. Beverly Nunn, 2 firsts for Rozier. I wouldn't mind it. Like if they could work out a deal to go get Miles Bridges, I wouldn't be against it. Like ideally, like if we could get Rozier, Bridges, and PJ Washington, I would give up both first. Like just because you're getting 2 young guys that'll likely be here beyond 2027, which are ideally that's the hope. And your goal in that draft is to hopefully get a guy like Bridges and Washington. So like if you could get those 2 guys, like better to take, get guys that can help now rather than later on. You know what I mean?
Well, I agree, and I agree with the Terry Rozier. I understand what you're saying, Backski, but like I agree with the Terry Rozier and the Bridges, but I don't know about Buddy Hield though. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean he's saying Buddy Hield or Terry Rozier.
Oh, okay, sorry. Okay, gotcha. Yeah. Okay, got it.
He's saying like either or. He's saying get Bridges and or Buddy Hield or
I see.
Rozier. Yeah.
Okay.
What's going on, SM? How are you? Salute, buddy.
Salute.
How are you? I missed the game last night. What do you think the biggest reason the Lakers lost to Phoenix? Third quarter again. I don't know what it
Yeah.
is. I don't know what it is about third quarters when it comes to the Lakers. But I think it was a combination of things. One, I just think we didn't have enough firepower last night. Nobody else really stepped up outside of four guys basically. And it was if we just had like one more guy come in, I think that was a winnable game. I just think it was just lack of role guys stepping up in the absence of LeBron. I think that was a game. If LeBron played, we win. Even if they had Chris Paul, because like I've had people be like, well, they didn't have Chris Paul. Yeah, but LeBron and Chris Paul are not the same, are not even in the same comparison level. You know what I mean? Like LeBron's impact is far greater than Chris Paul's impact.
I don't know. This year there might be.
Yeah, I mean, he's still putting up. I mean, you still get a guy that gives you 25, But yeah.
Am I wrong to say like just by looking at, and again, I didn't see the game, but just by looking at the highlights and glancing at the stat sheet a little bit and looking a little bit more into the analytics, is it wrong for me to say the depth? Again, we only had 10 players that could play, but I'm just a depth in our roster, right? The amount of people.
I think it's lack of talent.
Yeah.
I just think we don't have enough. I just don't think we have enough quality depth. You know what I mean? I think we have guys that can step up in certain moments, things like that. But to consistently count on them night in and night out, I just don't think we have enough of those guys. Do you guys? Oh, whoops! I didn't even answer the Snorlax one. Sorry about that. What do you guys think about the Lakers reportedly now waiting until December 15th? We talked about this formation 2025 instead of the 20. I mean, it makes sense because after December 15th, a lot of players become available, not only for us but for other teams. So you might be able to work out a deal. And one of the things I'll dive into more when I get the video out tonight is I wonder if the Lakers already have an idea of a trade. Because why else are you waiting for guys to free? Like, who is it that you're waiting for specifically to free up that like you can't?
So you think they have their eye on someone already?
Yeah.
Okay.
So for example, like a Bojan Bogdanovic, like he can't be traded till December 15th, I believe, because of the new contract. Yeah. So I don't know. It could just that might not be the case, but like. Who's
Bradley
out
Beal
there?
too? No, or is Bradley Beal not in that different?
Yeah, I mean, unless Bradley Beal, yes, another star, something like that. But in reality, because the only reason you're waiting for December 15th is to get a guy that signed a contract this year, because that's when he's eligible to be traded. But like, who's out there that's been reported that the Lakers can't get right now? There aren't very many, unless it's one of the stars like a Bradley Beal, something like that, or it's like a Bojan Bogdanovic, something like that. I don't. It doesn't make a lot of sense. Like most of the guys that the Lakers are targeting, they could get right now. It's just a thought of mine. Again, well, I'll dive into it a little more in the video. Do you guys seeing Russell Westbrook winning Sixth Man of the Week? Yes, I do. And he's like a huge favorite right now. He's like plus 150 or something like that, which is huge for like a Sixth Man award. I mean, yeah, unless he gets like traded to another team and that team starts him, yes, I do.
I can see if he keeps up the production.
Yeah.
I mean, he's been putting up some triple doubles. I don't know, just overall, like if you look at his stat line from when he was starting to like now that he's Sixth Man, like improve, like, and you can definitely see. And again, for me, it's the consistency. That's the most important thing, is the consistency. Russ is always going to give you at least, I don't want to say it's a little low end, but at least 15 in and out. You know what I mean? 15 points in and out, game to game. You know what I mean? So again, that's on a low end, but 8 rebounds. You know what I mean? So I could see it. I don't know if it's going to happen, but I could see it. Yeah.
LA fans with short memory, Dodgers Trevor Bauer debacle. Should keep Lakers off bridges. All that glitter ain't gold. All that glitter ain't gold for sure. I feel personally, I think the Trevor Bauer situation is a little bit different. It's not. I mean, it's in the same ballpark. It's in the same thing. But also, like, Didn't the league get involved in some of those? The league is the one that suspended Trevor Bauer and kept extending it. The league hasn't gotten involved in Bridges, so I think that that's just like a different scenario. Um, I don't know. I mean, it's curious. I mean, I've always kind of wondered, like, would the Dodgers bring him back? Because it was the
Yeah.
league that kept extending his suspension, not the Dodgers. Um, at this point, I don't think the Dodgers will bring Trevor Bauer back, but I think it's just a slightly different scenario between Bridges and Bauer. I mean, I know what they did is very similar, but yeah, um, yeah, I don't know. Oh, it'll be interesting to see um, how it unfolds. But you might be right. They might just avoid and just stay away from Bridges altogether, which wouldn't surprise me at all. Um, Oh, Tyler, you made a video about that report, right? Not yet. I will be. I'll be making it tonight after this video, or after this live stream. When we're done with the live stream, I'll get that the report up. I'll talk about it and give my thoughts and opinion. Um, oh, never mind. Y'all answering my questions. Yeah, no worries, no worries. Do either of you believe influencers or fan chatter affects the decision makers at any degree, or is it all for entertainment purposes only? If I'm being honest, I sure as hell hope not. I really hope that, I mean, I do think, so here's the thing. I do think to a degree, fan pressure makes, adds some pressure, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I, I don't think, at least I hope from a general manager perspective, because there are a lot of fans that come up with some just far out there stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, and it's like I've always said, if organizations listen to fans, then every organization would be a total disaster. Just because, like, none of us do
Yeah.
the ins and outs. Like, I like to think of myself as a student of the sport, somebody that has a pretty good grasp and understanding of the ins and outs. I like to think of myself as somebody that is pretty fair across the board. I mean, like, video I did earlier today about a trade. Like, I was even like, I don't see this making sense for the Lakers. Would it be great? Sure. But I try to like look at it at both sides. But even with my understanding and just the way that I perceive myself, I
Yeah.
am nowhere near fit to run an organization or be giving advice for an organization. Like, I have people in the comments all the time that are like, you like the Lakers should be calling you to like have you break down what they should do. And like, I'll joke and be like, yeah, like I would love that and stuff. But in reality, no. Like if Rob Pelinka called me on the phone, that would be a problem. Like if he was like, hey, Tyler, what do you think we should do here? I'd be like, I don't know. You figure it out. You're the GM that gets paid millions for it. Like even some of the smartest analysts have no idea the ins
Yeah.
and outs and all that. There's so much that go in. They're not on the phone calls. They're, unless I'm in that war room, listening to the calls, partaking in the conversations, seeing what the reality is. How does this impact this? How does this impact future design? Like, you know what I mean? Like a lot of fans are very narrow sighted when it comes to like decision making, where
Yeah.
a good GM, they're looking at the entire picture, the entire landscape, stuff like that. That's why, like I always say, like, you might look at it like this, but Rob Pelinka should not be looking at it that way. He should be looking at everything, like the Buddy Hield and Miles Turner deal. I've talked about it on several occasions. Like, like he can't just look at what could the best scenario be. Of course, the best scenario is they come in, they're great, we win a championship, all is right in the world, and we're a contender for the next 4 years. Like, yeah, that's best case scenario. But in reality, is that the most likely scenario? Probably not. So as a GM, he has to look at every single possible result and what is the most likely,
Yeah.
what is worst case, what is best case, all of those things. So I pray, I pray that Rob Pelinka and at least Rob Pelinka, because I care less about all the other organizations, right? Laker fan. But I hope Rob Pelinka doesn't have any of the outside chatter be influence or affect his decision making, which all signs show it doesn't. Because
Yeah.
if it did, he probably would have made a trade by now. So
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, I think that the media would probably have more than the fans would, but just like a little bit more pressure. You know what I mean? Like
I
all
mean,
of like the media outlets. I'm not saying that it really does, but I'm saying like I feel like it might have a little bit more, but or just maybe everything just kind of combobbles all together. You know what I mean? Because it kind of trickles in. You know, I'm sure it gets to Rob's people, and Rob's like they run it by Rob, and Rob's either like that's crazy or
yeah,
or
yeah,
whatever.
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
sure. Yeah.
Yeah, no,
Sure.
absolutely. Like I say it all the time. I'm just some dummy on the internet, right? Like yes, I always try to put logic and an educated idea across and try to look at all sides. But at the end of the day, I'm just some dude on the internet talking Lakers, and Rob Pelinka is Rob Pelinka for a reason. You know what I mean? He's in the war room. He's getting paid the money. He's doing it. Trust the decision makers. You know what I mean? That's why, like, people are always like, you need to fire this guy or you need to get rid of Rob Pelinka. We want his job. Like, let's go pro. Like, really? Like how do you know what he's doing and what he's not? Like, are you friends with him? Are you having like weekly dinners with Rob Pelinka to know what he's talking about and what he's doing and what he's not? Like,
Right.
like every GM has made good and bad decisions. At the end of the day, Rob Pelinka still won a championship. Look at guys like Sam Presti. Sam Presti is considered by many the one of the greatest GMs ever, and he's never won a championship. Ever. And he had one of the best teams ever. He had 3 MVPs on his roster at one point and wasn't able to get it done. So there are a lot of GMs that people consider great and just the best GMs and this, that, and the other that haven't done anything and they've been in position for 15 plus years. Like, like Rob, at the end of the day, Rob Pelinka has a championship that he can hang his hat on, and you're never
That's
going
true.
to be perfect. You're always
Yeah.
you're going to have good years. You're going to have bad years. What is your entire body of work look like? You guys see TB take and make those mid-range jumpers. Good sign the jumper is still there. He wants to use, and him hitting threes could be huge for us, to be honest. Yes, I was, dude. He took that first, like, what was it, like the little elbow jumper or whatever? Maybe it was an elbow, it was a little off, but my point. Point is, he made it, and I was like, yes, that's what we need. It's like that's the Thomas Bryant we need. We need that Thomas Bryant that can stretch the floor.
Yeah.
Give us some nice floor spacing. I really like that AD Bryant 2-man combo, and even Bryant with Gabriel. I really like that.
Yeah.
I hope that they run that more. And
I've been saying that from the beginning.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. What's going on, Demon Child? How are you? Appreciate you.
What's up?
Starting 5: Rozier, Walker, Bridges, LeBron, AD. That would be beautiful. Bench Reeves to yeah. I would love that. Love that if we can. Realistically, I don't know if that.
Okay. That was insinuating we did the Bridges trade. I was like, okay.
Yeah.
Got it.
He's saying if we manage to. I heard Lakers Nation that no trades will be looked at until the 15th of December. But is that too late? So yeah, Trevor Lane, he was talking about Dave McMillan. Released a report saying that the Lakers don't plan on doing any trades till December 15th because that's when guys become available. I'll do, like I mentioned earlier, for those that are just coming in, just tuning in, I'll have a full video breakdown later after this live stream. I'll record it and post it on As It Stands Lakers, so look forward to that. But to kind of just summarize, yes, the idea is that after the 15th, that's when guys on our roster, like Damian Jones, for example, who we're not really playing, he becomes available to be moved, stuff like that. Hopefully, my thinking is maybe the Lakers have a deal in mind or have something that are a target in mind, because I don't really know what other what deals are out there, or maybe they're just hoping one will materialize that they're not aware of.
Yeah.
Because out of all the rumored deals, there aren't really any that, outside of, like I said, like a Bojan Bogdanovic, there aren't really any that we can't do right now. So I don't know why. I don't know what the difference would be, unless maybe they're just trying to match salaries or something like that with using like a Damian Jones or something, or just get off of Damian Jones or something. Hopefully they have a deal already worked out. But is it too late? Depends on how we look. If we keep winning, no. The point is just to tread water between now and then. is what it comes down to, Campbell. But best thing we could do in the meantime is cutting Matt Ryan and signing one of these wings we worked out. I imagine none of those wings looked good, because if they did, I'm sure the Lakers would have done that.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
if they haven't done it, I imagine it was for a reason. I imagine it was like none of these guys really did anything, and at least Ryan got us
I'll
one
say,
of
yeah,
our
Matt
wins.
Ryan probably being the best of them. So.
Yeah. What's going on, Blake? How are you,
What's
Blake?
up?
What is up? Do you guys actually hoop as it stands? Look like you can score some points. I did at one point in my life. Not so much anymore. Now I'm more of a family man, businessman, working man. Every once in a while, I'll go to the gym, go to something like that, go to a park, shoot some hoops. Jake over here, he does more than I do. But
yeah, no, I mean, I mean, kind of much of the same now. Not as much, but yeah, I mean, when I'm really, really like on it, at least once a week, like a 4-hour session on Saturdays. But that was like back in Vegas, like every
at
single
one point, I
Saturday,
was a
never missed
hooper.
it.
There was a point in my life where I was a bucket getter. Not so much anymore. I wouldn't trust it.
Like
Anymore.
we used to go so hard that like I promised, like when I got home, I had to like soak my legs in Epsom salt for like an hour because was not walking.
Now I got the dad bod and the and all that stuff. I'm not in the shape I was when I was in like high school and college days and stuff like that. But nah, I wasn't anyone like great or anything like that. I wasn't like some like, oh, you always hear like, oh yeah, I would have been the NBA if it wasn't for like, no, I wasn't that good. I was realistic. I'm like a 6-foot white dude like that has no major hops, but fundamentals. I was fundamentally sound. Would a trade for Bridges require a sign and trade because he's a restricted free agent? No. Yes. So, but if as long as I'm not mistaken, I'd have to look at the numbers again. But I'm pretty sure we are nowhere near the hard cap. It also depends on how much Bridges signed for. But realistically, yes, we could do a sign and trade. We would be hard capped for the season, although it wouldn't really matter because we're not near the hard cap. And unless we're doing some like big like salary deal, we would be fine. Excuse me. But yeah, we would have to sign and trade for him unless they decided to renounce his rights and let him be a free agent. But then at that point, we'd only be able to sign him for a vet minimum. Would he want to do that? I don't know. PJ Washington, a big yes. Bridges, nope, and nope. Curious as to why, Raymond. I mean, I understand.
I was actually just going to ask. Yeah, no, I was just going to ask, is it more the skill set or the off the court stuff? I'm very curious.
Yeah, I'm curious about that too, Raymond. Because look, I completely understand it. I completely get like, the whole like more morality behind it,
Yeah.
And I, the way I've always looked at it is like I can hate is a strong word. I don't hate anybody, but I could strongly dislike a certain person, an individual, and his character, but understand the art, and I feel personally from an organization standpoint, the only thing you should care about is, unless he continues to do this stuff, but it's just the
with
art.
a certain extent. Yeah, with like
there's always going to be variables, but because like I've made videos about this and I've had people be like, oh, you're okay with bringing on an abuser, blah blah blah, and I'm like, it's not up for me to decide, it's for the Lakers to decide. Their job is to look at it objectively, and is he somebody that is good enough to help us win? And that's kind of my thing too. That's the way I kind of try to approach this stuff. I don't have to like like, great example, we talked about this on a live stream before. Like, do you listen to Michael Jackson? Do you listen to Chris Brown?
Yeah, exactly.
If you do, then that's kind of my thing.
And you have to cast it equally. I feel like you can't say, oh, well, that's music, this is sport. Like, I think if you're gonna whatever you
Art is
choose
art.
to exactly, and whatever you choose to respond to the artist. If you're still gonna listen to the artist, you could still watch them on the basketball court. Accept them on your team, whatever the case may be. You know what I mean? And we are talking about exceptions. You know what I mean? Of course, we're not talking about obviously like to the furthest extent, like like he wasn't out here. And I'm not trying to like make any like excuses or anything like that, but I'm just saying like again, like you said, there's always variables, always.
Yeah,
But
of course. Miles Bridges will never suit up for the Lakers. I guarantee you that. I mean, I wouldn't be shocked. I don't believe in guaranteeing anything just because you never know until it happens.
yeah,
And then all of a sudden, it looks like I don't believe in operating in 100%. But it wouldn't surprise me. You know what I mean? It wouldn't surprise me at all. At all. How you guarantee? Oh, he's talking to SM. Lakers have guys that are really sixth, seventh, eighth man players starting minutes. Yeah, so like that. This is a point that I've made as well. Is that like right now we got like Walker, for example. Like Walker has been arguably our third best player, but he's not supposed to be. And that's why when he goes and gives you 24, like it doesn't have an impact on the game because he's our third guy. Where if he
well, yeah,
was
his
in a
24 is supposed to add to the big threes
yeah, to
24
like the big
or
threes
the
or
big four is 24. Yeah,
yeah,
exactly.
our fourth best player just had a big
Yeah,
night and gave us 24, so there's an impact. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
and I know some people are looking at Russ as like, oh, well, Russ is your third. Yeah, but he's operating as our sixth. He's operating as our sixth man. And
yeah,
I
yeah,
said like
and yeah.
we need more starting level talent. If we can get one or two starting level guys, then I really think that can change a lot. Because now a lot of guys like
That's why I
Reeves.
like Rozier so much. That's why I want
Yeah,
Rozier so much.
yeah, absolutely.
And
It
Reeves,
just
Reeves is a really good another. He's another one who's supposed to be really are like a anywhere between the sixth and eighth person, but he's
yeah,
playing as like a third option right now. You know what I
yeah.
mean? So it's
No,
like,
no.
yeah.
They might be waiting on the Bulls too. See, but that I mean, unless I look, I mean, possibly.
The Bulls on who?
Well, he's talking about the Bulls deal because the Bulls have been terrible, and the
Yeah.
question is like, do they just blow it up? But unless the Bulls want to wait till like after the 15th, like they could do that deal now because DeMar's already been signed. Vucevic has already been signed. Like all those guys you know, could be traded now. So I don't know. I mean, you could be right. I mean, maybe there's a team that they're waiting to see if they blow it up. Maybe the Nets. Maybe they're looking at the Nets and they're like, hey, like the Nets keep losing, the Nets keep sucking. Maybe we could get Kyrie. I don't know. I mean, there's a couple teams, couple things. The longer you wait, the more likely you're going to get a better deal. So that could be what it is in general. What's going on, Austin? Appreciate you. How are you?
Hey,
What is up?
on?
What is up? That's what I mean. What they did. Oh, okay, perfect. Talk about the Trevor Bauer and
Okay,
Bridges.
yeah, gotcha.
You think Nets about to blow things apart? I think they should. I think these guys are too
They
stubborn.
need to.
I think they're too
Yeah.
stubborn. If I'm, I just think the Nets are too disorganized to where they're just. I don't think they will. I think they should. Even if they don't trade, even if they trade Kyrie, if I was the Nets, go look at a deal like what the
Team is
Lakers
a
were
mess.
trying to do with go talk to the Hornets and be like, hey, we'll give you Kyrie for Terry Rozier and Kelly Oubre. And then the Hornets can buy out Kyrie, and then if Kyrie goes to the Lakers, he goes to the Lakers. But at least you got a replacement. At least you got a guy in Terry Rozier who's like a Kyrie light, stuff like that. I don't know. I just
all comes down to clearing out that cap space.
Exactly.
Well, if you're the Hornets, and I just want to come on the record and say, by the way, the Nets should have never lost that game. And yeah.
Oh, yesterday?
I saw the highlights and I was like, this is crazy. Yeah.
That was embarrassing. That can't happen. That can't happen.
No.
Me and my brother started collecting sports cards. Awesome. There's big business in we have a couple rookie cards, Durant Sonics. We got D-Book on the way. Nice. We have some football ones too, but I can't think of the top of my head. Hey, that's awesome, man. Some of that stuff is big business. Like cards have became a big market in general, like especially like Pokemon cards and sports cards and all that stuff. Yeah. I wasn't. Oh, sorry. Why is this lagging? It's driving me crazy. I wasn't putting you guys down, not at all. I've got mad respect. Oh no, Raymond, no, please, please, please,
Yeah, no,
please.
you're good. Yeah,
That
you're
was a
good.
that was a great question. I've got mad respect. You know that I'm talking about these dead end people. Fire them, do this, do that. Really, no. Like I completely understood you and what you were talking about.
Yeah.
No, I mean, you're spot on. And look, I understand you have mad respect, and I appreciate you more than anything. But when it comes to like the ins and outs of the league, I'm a dummy. There's a reason I'm not a general manager and I'm some idiot on YouTube. It's that's the reality. You know what I mean? Like there's a big difference. There's a big knowledge gap between me and like somebody like even like Rob Pelinka that people think is the worst GM in the league. There's a big difference, and so yeah, no, I mean, like I said, I hope it's that there's no influence from the outside noise. Like you were saying about like Fox, ESPN, who's listening to any of you. So let's just talk hoops and fun, get blood pressure down, and answer about influence. Made my point, including majors, Fox, ESPN. We talk about execs, jobs, careers, not listening to any of you. So let's just talk. Yeah, exactly. Like that's the thing. Like, yeah, I just I hope that there is zero influence from outside noise, or at least that's how it should be. You know what I mean? Like, because again, it's they're that's their job. Their job is to understand everything that's going on. They're on the phone calls. They're having the meetings. They know what they can and cannot do. They know what teams are willing to do. Like so many people, oh, let's go get this guy. Let's go do this guy. Let's go do this. Let's go do that. But the other team has to want to do so. Like so many people are like, why haven't we gotten a trade done already? Like, who's to say that the Lakers haven't tried? And who's to say teams haven't rejected it? You know what I mean? Like, I mean, even like the Nets deal or the Pacers deal, like there were reports that like the Lakers could have done the Pacers deal, but we don't know that for sure. We're just going off of what, Woj reported, that like he could be wrong.
Woj.
Woj is wrong all the time. Like we don't know for a fact that the Lakers have actually had deals. The only deals that we know of that are on the table have come from, yes, the reliable sources, but even those reliable sources are wrong sometimes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, yes, it's just there's a lot that goes into it, is my point. LeBron needs to play like 2020, not 2022. Hopefully he does. Hopefully he comes back. And, what about Ben Simmons? Ain't he locked up in time? I hope they don't go get Ben Simmons. I mean, he is playing better, but I mean, unless you're bringing him off the bench, I just think the fit is bad.
Not there. Definitely not there. Now, could we use the defense if he's going to really play defense? Yes, we could use that. But I wouldn't even say we need it. We could use it though.
Yeah. I wish there were open gyms for me to go play basketball, but the only one is the YMCA, and I'm not paying. I could understand that. I don't know about you guys, but me personally, I'm going to be more upset when Steph retires than LeBron. I hope Steph plays till he's like 50.
Right. Austin, me too, and I'm gonna agree with you on that, Austin. I will firmly agree with you on that point. I love LeBron, I really do. I've grown to love LeBron. You can ask Tyler. This is like I've had this struggle in my LeBron journey to slowly grow and love LeBron. But I will agree with you on that. I will be more upset. It's actually a really great question. Question for you actually. In this era, who do you think is going to be remembered more for? Who do you think is going to leave more of an impact on this era?
LeBron James.
Why?
LeBron James. Because LeBron James.
Basketball only, though. Basketball only.
LeBron James. Just because what he's done. Like, look, Kyrie changed the game tremendously.
Okay.
He's probably had more of an impact, more of a change on the overall game. But in like 20 years, when we look back, the conversation will still be
you said LeBron, Kyrie. Did you mean Steph or did you mean
Steph? Did I say Kyrie?
Sorry. Okay.
Yeah. Sorry. So like Steph had a bigger overall impact, as far as like change of the game. Yeah. But like I said, in 20 years, the conversation will still be who's better, LeBron or Jordan, and people will sooner or later Steph will be an afterthought. Maybe 20, 30 years from now. But at some point, Steph will be an afterthought. Like only like the like the basketball heads will bring him up. The basketball heads will talk about it. He was the greatest shooter ever. He was this and that. But in the scale of all time greats, like he's in many people's eyes, he's not even top 10. And I mean, look at like
Which
even
I think this last year has changed that a lot, though. I think he's into the
yes,
top 10 on a lot of people's lists that weren't there, just because those championships matter. I mean,
yeah,
they matter. They do.
But look at guys like, okay, for example, like look at guys like Bird and Magic and Shaq and a lot of these guys, right? Huge guys, top guys, all time greats, all that stuff. Like in this grander scheme of conversation, they are brought up a lot less than a Michael Jordan or a Kobe Bryant or you know what I mean? Like just the polarizing image. LeBron is a more polarizing figure. And so therefore he will be the one that has the bigger legacy. Like nobody's asking, is Steph better than Jordan? Like that's never even a thought. That's never even a conversation. There is legit question. Is LeBron better than Michael Jordan? Like that's the difference. So personally.
That's fair. That's fair.
Facts are facts. I'm going to be sad when both of them retire. Absolutely, of course. They both have done so much for the game. They're both two of the greats all time. The league has great young talent, though. I'm not too worried. Dude, there's more talent now than I think there has ever been in the league. Like, I mean, look at all these young teams. Like 10 years ago, a team like Memphis would be lucky to make the playoffs. But they just have, because they were just so young. But you have so much young talent, so many transcending young athletes. Like the league is just getting more dynamic because guys are getting better younger. They're getting more, fundamentally sound through medicine, technology, advancements, just evolution, right? Guys are getting more athletic, all of that stuff. Like there's more talent now than I think there's ever been, like front to back roster spots. Like it's been amazing. He said, it's personal for me. I've got 4 daughters. Beating him up, not cool. Look at his size, no excuse. Oh no, I am with you. Look, I have 3 daughters. I have 3 daughters.
Yeah.
I have 3 daughters, Raymond. Absolutely. Like I don't care how big that guy is. He would not have legs. Just that's what.
Absolutely not. Yeah,
if that was my daughter.
Yeah.
And so from a personal standpoint, I absolutely get it. But I do feel like being in the position that we're in, I have to remove bias and personal. All right, I try to. Of course, I'm a Laker fan. Of course, things bleed out. Of course, there's moments, but I try to be objective as much as I possibly can. And from an objective standpoint, yes. From what would happen to this man if he ever did something like that to any of my kids, that would be a big different conversation. For sure.
Yeah.
But yeah. No, I am with you 100%. Lakers should look at Craig Randall II. He's a guy who dropped 9 threes on the Suns in the preseason and at AL 36ers NBA. The problem is, I just like, if we were rebuilding, sure. I just don't think some G League guy is going to come in and save us. Look, Craig Randall, solid, but I just, I think, and that's that. Who are you waving? Who are you bringing in? Like, you know what I mean? Because again, the only non-guaranteed we have is Matt Ryan, Winning Gabriel, Austin Reeves. So who are you waving at that? Maybe Matt Ryan and put him, but how much of a positive is that?
Yeah.
Crazy how Lonzo was a crazy overrated prospect to it and crazy underrated player. Yeah, I wonder if it's a lot of it has to do with just injuries too, though. Like, because he improved a lot. But injuries have been a huge issue. So what's going on, Miguel? Appreciate you being here.
What's up, Miguel?
Yeah, injuries got the best of Alonzo. Yeah, that's kind of how I feel about it too. Bulls aren't healthy. If I were them, I'd wait this year and see how Alonzo is. I just don't think they're very good, period. Like even before the whole Lonzo thing and all that stuff, I made a video on As It Stands where I was like, I don't think the Bulls, I think a lot of teams got better in the East and the Bulls didn't. and therefore they're not going to be very good.
Yeah.
And I still kind of feel that way. Raymond, if you're still here, thank you so much. I appreciate you. Yes.
Thank you.
Happy Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving. Happy
Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving to everybody.
Yes.
Because we will not see you tomorrow. I'll do a blanket Thanksgiving goodbye when we're done here. But anyway, let's power through these questions and then we'll skate on out of here. Kyrie went off tonight. Did he? I haven't seen the game. We should get him. I would love to get him. The Nets are like a guy that went out with a girl that was insanely pretty, but also just insane. And now he's too stubborn to admit she's crazy and that they should break up. But yeah, it's a good analogy. Yeah. That's exactly what it is. What's going on, Black Mamba 72? Big fan. Appreciate you. Thank you so much. Why is this lagging? This is driving me crazy. There we go. Appreciate you, first off. Thank you. Oh, I love that profile pic. That's cool. It's like a GTA.
That's sick.
Yeah, GTA. But would you trade Nunn and Jones around $7.5 million for a shooter? What shooter do you think we can get and get a cheap big? That's the problem. Is like you're probably get a cheap big of it. So like the cheap big wouldn't be hard. Like personally, I like you got Whiteside, who I've kind of campaigned for. I wouldn't mind them going and getting him. As far as like a cheap shooter, I don't know what cheap shooter you could get out there because most of the shooters are paid. Like Doug McDermott makes like 13 million, but that's not enough money to get it, even with the 125% rule. I can't think of a shooter that we could get with just those two. It would have to be something I'd really have to think about. I just don't think there's a way. We would have to give up like if we give up Patrick Beverly and Kendrick Nunn, yes, then there's like several shooters. We could get Buddy Hield, we could get Doug McDermott, we could get several guys. So it'd have to be more than just Kendrick Nunn and Damian Jones. But appreciate you. Thank you so much, Black Mama. Seriously. And Euphoric Notes coming in hot with the $2 super chat. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
He said, shout out to both of y'all. Thank you so much, Euphoric Notes. Really do appreciate it. We're here.
Appreciate
We're doing our thing. We are living our best life. Talking Lakers basketball, and we appreciate all of you hanging out here. Thank you. Seriously. Sorry. Stream.
Yeah, guys, do not forget while you guys are here, hit the subscribe button.
Hit that.
Subscribe.
That is right. Subscribe, like the video, all that stuff. You guys know the deal. All right, let's power through a couple questions and we'll get out of here. StreamYard wants to respond. I don't know what has been going on with StreamYard lately, but it is killing me. Who is your Mount Rushmore of NBA? It's got to be LeBron, Jordan, Steph, and maybe AI, maybe Bird. Last spot is up for debate.
You guys don't want to hear mine. I'm letting you know right now. You do not want to hear mine.
You gotta say it now.
You do not want to. Like, okay, we're doing an order, right? In order.
I mean, just who are the four, basically?
My four are Jordan, Kobe, LeBron, and Steph. Now, in order, it has to go. And again, I have to say this just because I know it's not by popular demand, but I have Jordan, Kobe, Steph, then LeBron. But that's just.
So today's Jake's last day on the Lakers show. Thank you. Thanks for being a part of this, Jake. I appreciate you. No.
I knew that was coming too. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Like, Steph has to be on my Mount Rushmore. I just don't understand how, we will never ever. He's like cemented. Like, we will never see a greater shooter than that in the NBA. I don't know. Okay, maybe in the next 30, 40 years, but it's gonna be a long.
More and more guys are coming. Time. Look at Eric. Look at like Baines over on Memphis. He shoot like 58% from three. I'm
gonna have to go check him out.
He is like, we're getting more and more guys like that. Seriously, like more and more guys like that. That are coming in. I wouldn't be shocked if we see, because I mean they said the same thing about Ray Allen. They said the same thing about Reggie Miller. They said that.
I think we'll see another LeBron ish player before we see another Steph. Like I don't know. You know what I mean?
3-point shooting is just so much more prevalent now than it ever has been.
Well, yeah.
I think it's a lot more like I wouldn't be surprised if we have like several Stephs in the next like 5 to 10 years.
I wonder if the game's gonna change, then like recorrect itself to go back to like being an inside sport. Well, not it's
I
always
don't
an
think it
inside
ever
sport,
will.
but you know what I mean. Like, I
I don't
wonder if
think
it's
it
gonna
ever
like
will.
go back to like the days of like Bill Russell and like you know what I mean, like you know what I mean, and just
Yeah,
yeah.
I don't think it ever will. Because I mean,
Victor is coming in. It might. It
yeah, but
might. I don't know.
Victor's Kevin Durant more than he's Shaq.
Well, that's true. That's true.
And
Yeah.
that's the thing. Most of these bigs, they that's just what they want to do. They're yeah.
I gotta hear your. I gotta hear your. I gotta hear
Oh
your
yeah,
Mount
Mount
Rushmore.
Rushmore.
Yeah.
You got to go LeBron. Like, for being honest here, for best basketball players ever. You got to go LeBron. You got to go LeBron, Jordan, Magic, and probably like just Shaq for pure dominance. If you want to have a big in it, you can't go all guards. Like,
That's fair. That's
big men
fair.
have had dominance at some point. You know, you got your point guard, you got your shooting guard, you got your power forward, small forward, and you got your center. There you go, Mount Rushmore.
Okay.
But
Does
also,
Kobe come in at least in your top 5?
Magic's got to be in it. Kobe, so look, I love Kobe, diehard Laker guy, but he's not top 5 all time. As much as I love Kobe Bryant, I love Kobe.
I think my heart is like burning inside, like a little bit.
I just it is. Look, I mean, if I remove my bias, like as far as like my favorite players, yes, Kobe is up there. But if you're talking about like overall, like just skill set wise, I don't think like Kobe wasn't better than Kareem. Kobe's not better than Magic. Overall, Kobe's not better than LeBron. Kobe's not better than Jordan. It's just I love Kobe. I don't think he's as low as like some people put him at like 15th overall. Stuff like that. Like I think he's definitely in the top 10, but
Yeah.
I don't think he's top 5 all time. I think he's somewhere in probably like if I actually like drew out the list, he's probably in like the 7 to 10 range, somewhere over there, somewhere along there. Just his impact. But Euphoric Note said, "Can I take away that shout out?" LOL.
I'm assuming that was because of my Steph take.
Hey, that's what you get. That's what you get. Say, look, you're already upsetting our audience. Look at this. Appreciate you. That was good. That was a good one.
That's funny.
Kareem has to be in it. Yeah. I thought about Kareem or Shaq. Kareem. Look, Kareem is an overall better player than Shaquille O'Neal. I agree with that. I just think Shaq's like the dominance Shaq had, like really changed the game. Changed 3 seconds, changed a lot of things. But yeah, I
where do you put Bill? Is Bill in your top 10?
Who? Bill Walton? Bill Russell?
No, sorry, Russell. Sorry.
Bill Russell.
Or do you call that not okay? Do you call that kind of I hate to use this word because I think there's a better word to use, but circumstance. Do you call what he did more so circumstance than actual skill set and
part of it? I mean, no, he was very talented. He was very, he was very skilled. I just feel like he was all around skilled in a time where his level of skill for somebody his size wasn't as prevalent. We're like in today's NBA, like everyone is like 6'9", like able to do everything, and that was the thing. Like Bill Russell was like, he was like an Oscar Robertson before an Oscar, things like that. I think there's a lot of guys that like, and look, I'm not saying Bill Russell wouldn't be good in like today's NBA. Absolutely. I mean, he'd probably be even better in today's NBA just because like that's what this league is. Like he fits this league perfectly. But, at the time you're talking, he's going up against a bunch of like, 6-foot white dudes that, and he's able to just like shit on them all. Like it's great, So, Bulls just beat the Bucks. Interesting. In terms of impact on the game of basketball, it's not insane to think Steph is on the Mount Rushmore, same as AI. Both change the game and the culture in their own ways. Yeah, I can understand that. I think it just depends on what kind of Mount Rushmore you're trying to put together. So now that D-Book and Kendall broke up, who's the next player to date her? My money's on Poole. I can see Jordan Poole dating her.
Wait, they broke up? Stop.
Yeah, they. That's why.
I'm telling you.
Booker. That's why Devin
That's the
Booker's
reason they lost that series.
They're winning the championship. My money's on.
I'm telling you, that's the reason that they lost that series against Milwaukee. I said it. I was like, look, it's the curse. It's the curse of the Kardashian. I'm telling you, like D-Book was a shell of himself. Yeah, he had one of the best defenders in the game guarding him, but like D-Book, come on, that's D-Book. Like, I was like, oh, I couldn't put it together in my head. But then I thought about it. I was like, oh, 2 + 2 = Kardashian, and I was like, boom, I figured it out.
So we have it confirmed. The Suns are winning the championship. There we go.
Yes.
I wish we kept Wes Matthews low-keys, especially defense, how that could shoot. Yeah, Wes Matthews would have been nice. He was terrible for us, though. That's the problem. I don't think they will get rid of Bev after last night. I don't know. I hope. Here's the problem: is that like he's the only sizable contract we have. And that's where the dilemma lies. Is we don't have a ton of like sizable contracts to trade. Like it's Pat Bev and Russ, and that's basically it. Matt Peralta on Lakers say, oh yeah, he's always doing the relationship analogies. Why don't we go back to 2 stars plus depth as a championship year? I feel uncomfortable seeing 3 stars plus minimums. It's just me. No, I agree. Like if and if you look at all the good teams, most of them, that's what it is. It's like, quality role players and then like 2 stars. So man, not saying you, Jake, but a lot of people just put Kobe in the top 3 all time because he died. While he should get his respect because he is one of the greats. He is not top 5, top 10 for sure though. Yeah, I don't think he's top 5 either. Like I love Kobe. Kobe was my, he was in many ways my Jordan growing up.
Yeah.
But if I'm being fair and I'm being honest, he's not top 5.
In all fairness, I did have him in my top 3 like way before like he passed. But I understand what you're saying. A lot of people because of that they kind of got reminiscent and So no, I understand that. I get what you're saying.
Rob, make a trade. I feel it, Mr. 81. Hopefully it's coming. Anyone see Turner tonight? Sheesh. No, I did not. I haven't had a chance to watch any of the games.
What's Turner doing? Hold on, let me find out Turner.
Find out for me. I'll answer these questions. And see what Kyrie did too. Dude, nobody from the back then would survive now. It's progressive of sport. There's some guys that would translate well, but just the talent pool and the depth and just there's guys that you've probably never heard of at the end of the bench that have never played in the NBA that would probably be superstars in like the 70s just because they're just so athletic, big. Like it's just a different world that we live in. My Marshmallow S'mores, Reeves, Caruso, Bibby, and Eminem. I can understand that.
Oh my goodness. I'm sorry. Whoa. Myers Turner coming in with 31 points, 7 rebounds, and 2 assists.
Nice.
Had
himself a game.
I'm gonna have to go watch those highlights. I bet. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go. Ooh.
Victor is gonna be a problem. He's gonna be rough. What did Kyrie do? Somebody else.
I'm finding out right now.
I'm insanely worried about Victor. He has the potential to be. He has the potential, but his size is very easy for injury. Yeah, that's a big concern of mine too. Seriously.
Kyrie went for 29. The rest of the team didn't score above 16. There's not a single.
Did they lose?
Scored above 16. They won. They won.
Oh, they did.
But Kyrie scored 29, had 3 assists and 1 rebound. Yeah, Kyrie went off. Even Durant only scored 12 points.
Doesn't Russ have like a 70% win percentage every game? He gets triple dub. Yeah, his triple dub percentage is like insane. It does. It actually does translate to winning. Russ stats don't equals wins and efficient. Depends. 1 AR, 2 Walker, 3 LeBron, 4 AD, 5 Bryant, running back, Pat Bev. Yeah, I don't think Pat Bev should start. I really do think that they should go something like that. Either go big or or have, Reeves, Walker, Brown, something like that. I would like either Bryant or even Wyndon. I wouldn't mind Wyndon. Um, so yeah, either way. But
That's interesting running Austin Reeves at the 1. I like it because his vision, but that's interesting. I never really thought about that.
yeah,
Because he's a
I mean,
3, but
LeBron's your
putting
point.
him at the 1.
LeBron's your point
Yeah.
guard when you need him to be. You know what I mean? But anyway,
Yeah.
we got to the end of the chat and all that stuff. We had a fun conversation. Any parting words, Jake, before we skate on out of here?
I have full faith that we will win at least out of the next 4 games. We're going to win at least 3 of them.
Nice.
There
I
you
hope
go.
so.
That's
We
my
need
prediction.
to win all 4. We need to win all 4 is what we need. We need to win. We need to go on a nice little run here. Keep us afloat. But anyways, again, everyone, have a wonderful Thanksgiving.
Yes.
I'll get some videos up tomorrow, but for the most part, we won't be doing any live streaming or anything like that. So all of you people have a wonderful time. Enjoy some football, enjoy some turkey, enjoy some family, some friends. I am very thankful for all of you. We hit 6K, sorry, jumping the gun here. We got 6K over on the Laker channel as stands Lakers. We're on the road to 3K here, which is awesome. I appreciate all of you. So subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed. I'm sure there's some of you out there that aren't subscribed. Other than that, appreciate y'all. Go check out the video. I'll get it up by like 9 o'clock, or I'm going to try to get it up by 9 o'clock. Go watch the video about the new trade update. Appreciate y'all.